Hey guys, welcome back. With the discussion of M855 ball ammunition being banned by the ATF, it started me thinking about other handgun ammunition that's commonly available on the market, and I was kind of curious how it performed against body armor. The ammo that came to mind is the civil defense ammo from Liberty Ammunition. This is a unique cartridge in that it uses a copper bullet that goes at about 2,000 feet per second out of a 9mm standard barrel handgun, standard length barreled handgun, I should say. It's a unique cartridge because, again, it has a copper bullet that goes really fast, but it also has a very cavernous hollow point on it, which actually may help to stop, or help it to stop in body armor, I should say. The bullet itself is nickel plated, which is supposed to reduce friction, which is also said to increase the muzzle velocity of the bullet. So 2,000 feet per second, that's pretty fast, and as conventional wisdom dictates, speed kills body armor. The armor that we're going to shoot it into is 3A. It's from Spartan Armor Systems. It's a very thin panel, very lightweight. 3A is one level higher up the protection scale than what's commonly worn by law enforcement in the United States, which is 2A. So 3A is more protective, still very lightweight, very thin, but it's a little harder to penetrate. I'm going to set the Spartan Armor Systems armor up against this clay block. Should the bullet actually make it through, the clay should capture it. Otherwise, it's a handy little rest there for the armor. The handguns we're going to use today is a Sig Sauer P226. This is a Mark 25. Has about a 4.5-inch barrel, 4.4 inches, I believe. And we should see that 2,000 feet per second out of this handgun barrel. The other pistol we're going to use is the new CZ Scorpion, which is a 9mm pistol, although it does have the SB15 brace on it. This one has a 7.7-inch barrel, so it's not quite twice as long as the SIG's barrel, which should help to get the velocity up, but it still is considered a handgun. So will it make it through? I really have no idea. The hollow point may cause a bullet to deform in the body armor, and therefore make it much easier to stop, or it may zip right through. I honestly don't know, but I'm curious, and I'm going to bring you guys along to find out what the results of this test are. Let's do some shooting. Here we go with one round of the Liberty Civil Defense 9mm ammunition, which is a 50-grain bullet. One shot. Holy cow. That zipped right through 3A body armor. You can see the Kevlar in the clay. I don't think it had a whole lot of energy left once it made it through. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. The bullet hooked through the clay. It came in, and the cavity goes around inside there. I can stick my finger into it. That's going to leave a mark. That definitely made it through. Wow, I did not expect that. Here on the front side, when I first saw the hole, the entry hole, I kind of knew it may have made it through because it's such a clean hole. In the past, we've shot this body armor with conventional bullets. The rear of the bullet was still visible after it was stopped by the body armor. Zipped right through. Oh boy. All right, well, let's hit it with the CZ anyway. With that extra velocity, it's probably going to make an even bigger mess out of the clay. Wow, that's impressive. Didn't expect that. All right, one round of 9mm Liberty Civil Defense. It's a 50-grain bullet going over 2,000 feet per second, fired from the CZ Scorpion pistol. All right, hit right there. This is where the first round hit, up here. Oh, wow. All right, so it easily made it through again, made a slightly larger cavity, but not quite as deep. That's interesting. That's interesting because the velocity should definitely be higher out of the longer barrel, but even though the cavity is a little bit bigger in diameter. It's not as deep as the original cavity. You can see I can stick my finger all the way in there, and I'm not touching the back of that cavity. Here it stops right there. Very interesting results. You can see the fiber of the Kevlar all over inside of the clay there. Both rounds, you can see where it came through. This is where the first shot hit out of the Mark 25 SIG, and this is where the CZ hit. The entrance holes and the exit holes look fairly similar, but both of them zipped right through. Again, guys, I did not expect that to happen. Yes, I've broken out the 7.62 by 25 millimeter Tokarev again. This time I'm going to shoot some Bulgarian surplus 7.62-25 out of it. A viewer sent me this ammo. It has a head stamp of 310-53, and researching the ammunition online, some folks are saying that this stuff is dangerously hot. So we're going to fire one round out of it into the 3A body armor just to see if it can get through. This is the same panel we've already shot twice with the Liberty ammo, but I'm going to try to find an open spot here just to see if this stuff will actually make it through. I don't think we're going to find any hotter 7.62 by 25 millimeter to test out of this little handgun. Let's give it a shot. All right, here we go with one round of the 7.62 by 25 fired out of the Tokarev with the Bulgarian head stamped ammunition. Let's see what happens. Holy cow. Oh, damn. That made it through. Wow, with some serious velocity. Check that out. Wow. All right, I guess you guys were right. You know what I need to do is put a standard 9mm ball into this panel, see what happens. Let's do that. Take a good old Federal 115 grain ball around and put it on the other side over here. Just make sure the body armor's working right. Holy cow. Just to make sure that this body armor is working properly, I'm going to take a standard 115 grain ball round and fire it out of the Mark 25 into the body armor over here. See if it makes it through. Here we go with one round of Federal 115 grain ball out of the Mark 25. All right, that's pretty normal. That's what I expected to see and what we've seen before with the Spartan Armor Systems. Hit right here. You can see the depression in the armor. It didn't make it through. Stopped it just fine. So the body armor's working. These other three rounds zipped right through. And that's 3A. Wow. Impressive. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found the information to be useful. I was really surprised by the performance of the civil defense ammo. It's a 50 grain bullet doing 2,000 feet per second, and as I pointed out earlier in the video, I've always known that speed kills body armor, but I wasn't sure if the Liberty ammunition could actually make it through. In my mind, I didn't think it would because of the hollow point design. I figured because of the hollow point design, it would quickly deform, increase the surface area, giving the body armor something to act against, which would then allow it to be stopped by the armor. I was wrong. But I've always suspected that this ammunition might actually make it through because of that velocity. 2,000 feet per second out of a 9mm is smoking fast. So it's not all that surprising. I also want to point out that copper bullets are nothing new. Liberty didn't invent the concept. As a kid growing up in the 80s, there were copper bullets out on the market back then that were lightning fast out of 45s, 9mm. 40 Smith & Wesson hadn't yet come on the scene. So it's nothing really new, but it also points out just how ridiculous the ATF's notion is that they want to ban M855 ammo out of handguns because it's armor piercing, when a standard M193 ball round is armor piercing. Pretty much any type of bullet you can fire out of a handgun that goes 2,000 feet per second or faster, regardless of the caliber, is going to make it through body armor and regardless of the bullet design. It's just asinine that they're trying to ban M855, and it seems more like a political play. They're just making it harder on gun owners for no reason. I was also surprised to find out that the 7.62 by 25mm Bulgarian surplus blazed right through this body armor. This stuff has been available on the US market for many years. There's probably millions of rounds of this stuff sitting around. There's nothing special about the bullet design other than it's a 95 grain bullet that goes extremely fast. Speed, again, kills body armor. Commonly available. So you guys that were following the channel and commenting on my previous attempts to get 7.62 by 25 to get through the body armor, saying I really needed to get my hands on some military surplus, you were absolutely right. I want to thank the viewer that sent this in. The Bulgarian stuff, I don't think you can get any hotter, and it passed through this body armor with a lot more authority than even the civil defense ammo did. If you guys have any questions about anything you've seen in the video, you can ask those questions on our Facebook page. Also, please come by and check out Copper Custom. That's our online store. If you want to support the Military Arms channel, that's the best way to do it. Also, you'll find that I release my videos early on full30.com. If you don't know what full30.com is, follow the link in the description below and go check it out. I think you're going to like it. Thanks again for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you guys soon.